everybody. It is me again with an actual writing update this time. I have a lot going on for the next even week up to 2 or 3 months, really. And I wanted to make a big writing update. It's kind of like covering everything for the next like 2 or 3 months because there's a lot going on. It's currently 12:45 at night, well in the morning really technically. And I've been up since like 9 o'clock because I've been doing stuff all day, including my car breaking down, but it's apparently fine now, so I can go to work by myself in the morning, which would be nice. But I have gotten a little bit of writing done today. I think I wrote, let's see, I wrote like 400, 500 words today, which isn't bad. I usually try to write at least 1,000 if I can. That's like my max goal. I try not to go over 1,000 if I can help it. Unless I'm feeling really like I really have a lot to write, I won't give myself like a max number. I'll just be like, just like write what you want to do. But if I am sitting down to write, I try to write at least 1,000 words in a day. And I don't write every day by a long shot. I haven't written in like a bunch, like 3 months basically, and I'm finally actually sitting down and writing something, and it feels fantastic. Sorry, I'm touching my hair a lot. It's drying and it's really short, and I can't do a lot with it. It doesn't really stay behind my ears, and I can't put it up and tie it on my head because there's not enough of it to tie up, unfortunately. But so I want to talk about my current project, which I officially revealed the title of on all my social media, and it is called Blood Saint. It is a dark YA high fantasy that I'm super, super excited to be writing. And I'm currently at 69 pages, 17,570 words, and I'm about to start the 14th chapter. I had a feeling that I really want to write this particular scene that happens way later on in the book, probably at like the 40 or 50k mark, and I'm not even at 20k, with my main character and one of her mother's, her unfortunately deceased and brutally murdered mother's friends. And her mother is Freya, the leader of the Valkyries in Norse mythology, who is disgraced, fallen from grace, fallen from, like, cast from the mortal realm or whatever by Odin. So it's Norse mythology, Greek mythology, Slavic mythology, it's a lot of stuff. And I just felt really compelled to write the scene, and so I opened up a Google Drive page, and I just started writing it. And I got like 500 pages of that down, so technically I've hit 18,000 words. So that's really exciting. I have Pit Mad coming up on Thursday. That's the 7th, I believe that's Thursday. Don't quote me on that. I think yeah, it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Wednesday, it's the 6th, I guess. Excuse me, it is on Thursday. And I will be pitching 2 projects that I have already completed and polished. And that is The Daughter of Caradwen, which is a YA high fantasy, which is basically the Shannara Chronicles plus Rain meets Celtic mythology and lore. And I really love it. It is the first novel that I finished that I've been actually like proud of and actually really actively tried to make better. It's on its like 10th draft at this point, and I'm really proud of it. And yeah, I really like it, and I really want other people to like it and read it. So there you go. It is complete currently, and it's draft. It's draft that it is in right now. At 62,000 words. I'm working on doing another read through on my own. It has had line edits, developmental edits from a wonderful, wonderful beta who changed. Basically, I ended up changing the whole second half of the book because of her notes, and it is such a better book because of her and because of those notes, so I'm forever in her debt. And it's about another 15,000 words longer than it was. It was originally closer to 47 something, maybe 46 or 47k. Now it's at 62k, which is a significantly bigger book. But it is a book that I love. It's a book that I am proud of, and I can't wait to share it. And I'm also going to be pitching A Hazy Shade of Winter, which is a book that I recently completed earlier this year. It is complete right now in its 3rd draft at 87,000 words. And it is a YA fantasy that is an LGBTQ plus ginger bent retelling of Hamlet, which is like really weird. And I was looking up, there's not a lot of other recent Shakespeare retellings retellings, whatever. But one that I found was that's actually a retelling of Hamlet is Between the Blade and the Heart, I believe is what it is called. I'm maybe off on that by a word or two. And it's also a fantasy. It's not super similar. So basically, this book is about a young princess who witnesses the brutal death of her father, brutal murder of her father. And so in a way, if you've seen The Lion King, it's also basically Hamlet retelling in a reimagining in a way, but with lions. And so basically, her uncle urges her to leave lest she be blamed for the killing and to run. And she does, and unbeknownst to her, her uncle blames her for the killing, um, and accuses her of murdering her father. And she has no idea of this until 5 years later when she decides to return. When her former betrothed, a prince from another kingdom, finds her and is like, "Yo, your uncle accused you of murdering your father. What are you gonna do about it?" And she's like, "Leave me alone. I can't deal with this right now." But her like maternal figure who's been raising her since she was a little girl, who like for the last 5 years she's been raising her, is like, "Dude, you should go." And so she decides to go, and her former betrothed, and her two best friends from this village that she's lived in for the last 5 years follow her, and shenanigans ensue. It also has bisexual representation with the main character. She, at the beginning of the book, is in a relationship with a man, and then by the end of the book, she is in a very serious relationship with a woman. It's my first time writing a sex scene, um, and it was really cool. I did some research for it, and I'm actually currently looking for betas for it. I want to sensitivity read it, because even though I myself am bisexual, I don't have any experience with like relationships with other women. I've never had a girlfriend. I've only ever had a boyfriend. I've never had sex. I've never had sex with a girl. So I want to get somebody who can read it and make sure it is not offensive anyway, I guess. To bisexuals especially. I don't want to race anybody. And I think one of the things you have to understand is that like not everybody's experience with coming out and with being in a relationship, a same-sex relationship, or even a same-sex relationship, is going to be the same. So my interpretation of bisexual coming out myself, I have officially not really come out to anybody. Only one of my friends knows. That's only because I didn't even say it. I just posted a pic of my Twitter bio and it had the word bi in it. And which like meant like I was trying to say that was bi. I changed it to bisexual just to like get the point across a bit clearer to people. Just for myself really. And she just saw it and was like, "Oh my god, you're bisexual. That's fantastic." So that's really cool. My therapist knows, but nobody else knows. So I've never myself come out, which like is partly me being scared, but also partly being like nervous and also like not really like caring about telling my family. Like it's a thing where I just like don't think it's something they need to know right now. Like it's kind of like a need to know thing. Like when they need to know, they'll know. It's like my business, not their business, so they don't need to know every aspect of my personal life. But I'm sure eventually it'll come up. But yes, I'm bisexual. Woohoo! And so I just want to make sure it's accurate and it's respectful to other bisexuals, and to everybody else on the LGBTQ plus spectrum. I don't even know the full like thing. LGBTQIA, is there more? I don't know. I'm not well versed in that, which I really hope to be. I'm going to be doing more research on that. But this is a book that's very close to my heart because the first book that I've written, with since coming out to myself, I guess. That it's the first book that I like wrote and finished since coming out to myself, and also features a bisexual protagonist, which is very important to me. So it's a special book to me. It's like my coming out story basically. If it ever gets published, maybe in the acknowledgments, I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'm bisexual, surprise," and like come out like that to my family, surprise, woohoo. I don't know. We'll see. But this is a book that is very close to my heart just because of my protagonist being bisexual and being kind of like a mirror of my experiences with being bisexual, I guess. But I love it. It's a really good book that I like. And I really hope it goes somewhere and that somebody likes it. I'm really hoping that I at least get some, even if I don't get any offer representation, which of course, like, I'm trying not to like psych myself out or like oh, of course I'm gonna get a representation, offer representation. I'm trying not to like freak myself out too much or like expect too much of this, because you never know what can happen in the future. But if I do get some a like, and I really do hope that I get some good feedback, because I got some good feedback on the job card last time I entered PitMad. That really helped me fix it up and polish it and change it up a little bit and make it more appealing. But it's a book that I am intensely proud of, because it's the first book that I've written that I've finished and been really proud of, and actually wanted to keep coming back to and keep polishing and keep revamping it and making it better. And I feel the same way with The Hazy Shade of Winter. I'm actually working on very slowly outlining the sequel to Hazy Shade of Winter, and it's going really slowly, and I'm like losing motivation, inspiration every once in a while, but then coming back to it like a week or two later. Like I come back to it every once in a while. And it does have a title. It is A Crown Stained with Blood. Ominous title. And it's gonna more heavily feature my main character Jocelyn and her girlfriend, who it's my favorite relationship that I've ever written. I feel like it's just the most like genuine relationship I've ever written, and like I don't know. I feel like all my other relationships, it was so serious, but this one is like they joke with each other. They like can have these really fun conversations, and I love the way that they interact with the other characters when they're together, and like the way that they really subtly show how much they care about each other, and like, oh, God, I just love that book. But I'm also working on Bloodsaint at the same time, and I plan on entering that in Author Intermatch. Author, I don't know. I keep saying it. Author Intermatch in September. There's no definite date for when submission opens or anything, but it is apparently happening in September. And I'm like checking back every day for more information about it because I want to know. But I hoped to have this book finished, like drafted by the end of June. No, the end of May, but that didn't happen, obviously. A lot of stuff happened that just kept me from coming back to this project. And it was really good for me to step back from it and to just get back into the real world a little bit and to daydream about this project and to think about it a little bit more. And now that I come back to it, I am so motivated and I can't wait to keep writing. And I'm hoping to have it finished, the draft finished by the end of June. And July and August will be spent revising and sending it out to beta readers and getting feedback and just making this book as fantastic as it can be. And so basically it is Greek, Slavic, and Norse mythology all combined, with a particular focus on Norse Valkyries, because I loved Thor Ragnarok and I really liked Valkyries and the storyline about the Valkyries, but I wanted to know more. And so I started doing a lot of research about them, and I just got really interested in them and decided I wanted to write a book about them. And it was originally going to be a middle grade. It was going to be so different, but then I had this really fantastic idea, and it morphed into this book, into Bloodsaint, and I'm so excited to write it. And I have all these super cool aesthetics, and I made like a mock-up cover in Canva, and I made this really cool graphic, and it's just, I love it. I got fan art commissioned of, I guess, character art commissioned of my main character, Maya, and oh my god, she's perfect. I love her so much. She's a character that I've had so much fun writing and just being in her head, because she's just like confident, but at the same time she's really vulnerable, and she doesn't give a shit what other people think about her, but also she's like just like really aware of other people and what they think of her. And oh god, she's basically really me. Like, she's the most me character besides Jocelyn and A Hazy Shade of Winter. They're really both the most me characters that I've written, in terms of my sexuality, but also in terms of who I really am as a person, who I've developed into as a person in the last few years as I've grown up and become an adult. I'm almost 20, and just how I am as a writer. It's just been so much fun, and I can't wait to write more. I am planning for this book to be a long one. It's going to be 100,000 words. That is my minimum goal, 100,000 words. It will be. By the time I turn this book in and submit it to Author Intermatch, it will be 100,000 words. Even if draft 0, draft 1 aren't 100,000 words, this book will be 100,000 words by when I'm done with it. It will be 100,000 words. Keep me to that. Hold me to this promise. It will be 100,000 words. Don't let me slack on that. I want it to be 100,000 words. I want it to be a big, long, epic book. And I just love this book so much. Oh my god, I just love this book so much. I can't wait to share more about it. Like I'm just gushing. God, yeah. I got work tomorrow, so I don't know how much I'll get to write. And then I have to meet with the tutor at 8 o'clock from 8 to 9. So I'm gonna try to get up early in the morning. Actually, just might stay up. Because it's 1 a.m. Exactly 1 a.m. Exactly 1 a.m. I might just stay up for a few hours and get some writing done. And then, yeah, because I really want to get a little bit of writing done. This is still a very long video. It's almost 16 minutes. Wow. But, God, I'm just really excited to keep writing and working on this project and share more of it with everybody and just, like, have everybody love this book as much as I do because I love this book. I really hope I get picked this round for Author Mentor Match, hopefully 3 times the charm. This is just a book that I'm so excited to write, so excited to share. Oh god, I don't know, I just love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. But yeah, that is, I guess that's all for now. I don't know what else I can say, because I need to get to writing and then I need to go to bed. I don't know when I'll end up going to bed. I'm still kind of wide awake right now. Probably because I had coffee at 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Let's say 8 o'clock. I had a big cup of coffee at 8 o'clock. Probably wasn't my best move. But, like, I'm tired, but I'm not, like, tired enough to go to bed. I'm tired enough to, turn off the lights and go to bed. But, like, just close my eyes and lay there for hours and not fall asleep until, like, 4 a.m. So I might as well, if I'm going to stay up till 4 a.m., I might as well just do something and be productive and creative. But yeah, that is all for now, I suppose. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still watching, I'm amazed if you're still watching. This is a long ass video, but thank you if you are still watching. And stay tuned for the next writing update, which I promise I will have another one, probably by the end of the month. I'm probably not gonna be super active this month just because I'm gonna be really, really, really focusing on this goddamn book. If you want writing updates, I would suggest following my Twitter at Ellen Talks Books. Or my Instagram at Ellen Writes Books. If you want actual writing word count updates, because I will post those probably way, way, way more frequently, probably with a couple times a month, at least by the end of the week. So I'll post book aesthetics and stuff like that. But thank you for watching. I have to go and write. Goodbye.